Good morning. How's it going? Tuesday, the last Tuesday in October. I think it's let's see what it is. 26th, is that right? 26th? Wow. Can't believe it. Yeah, how's it going? I'm hanging in there. Yeah, doing good. Let's see. What are your plans for this week? What's happening? Are there big Halloween plans? I must say that my children are not into Halloween at all. They don't dress up. The last couple years they haven't gone out with their friends, and it's just kind of surprising. So what are you doing for Halloween? I am craving little Halloween costumes on cute little kids because I got nothing. Anyway, let's see what else is happening. I have my October giveaway is ending on the 31st, or it might be the 1st. I can't really remember. Anyway, so let me see. I'm supposed to be getting the 4th book from Katie any day, and I checked yesterday at my P.O. box and it didn't come. So I can't share that with you again, but I am gonna just do a shout out for all these other books here. Walnut Grove Hits Home. This is a parenting book with some prairie flair, lots of pictures and memories from the cast, and just how Little House has taught the author Alicia how to parent. And it's super interesting, and there's fun little stories in here and stuff. Anyway, I read that this summer, and it was a great read. So that's the first one coming at you. This book came out in June, so we're helping out Alicia, trying to give her some traffic. So if you're interested in that book, go get it, especially if you're a Little House fan and you have like every single Little House thing that there is. It's part of the collection. So the next book is called The Inheritance, and it's a novel. It is a clean romance about a newlywed couple who are just trying to figure out, and they figure out that marriage is really, really hard. And just this nice, sweet story about actually a prairie fire that starts. And that is kind of goes with our prairie theme here. The third book is called Dishing Up Devotions, and it is a devotional for specifically homeschool moms who are trying to come up with, gosh, I feel like I have to sneeze. I'm so sorry. They're trying to come up with new, fun, exciting things to do with their homeschool kids. And so what she does is she concentrates on a different character trait every week, and there are activities that go with it. And a lot of them are baking. So it's what you can do with your kids at home. Now, do you have to be a homeschool mom? No, you don't have to be a homeschool mom, but it's kind of written from that angle. And I think any mom who wants to do some cool stuff with their kids, and I would say maybe younger kids, maybe, 4 to 10 or 11. I'm not sure. I haven't read it yet because I haven't gotten it yet. So anyway, but it looks really fun, and Katie's a super sweet girl. So that book is here. Imagine it. It's a picture of like rolling out dough with a mom and a daughter with a heart cookie cutter. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Anyway, so yeah, that's the third book. And then I'm also going to put in another prairie devotional for you guys. So it's a 4-book bundle. And all you got to do is go and sign up. And it is wendylulee.com/October giveaway. And maybe all of you have already signed up. And that is great. I'm just excited to give away something else. And yes, let's see what else. Oh, somebody just asked, have you read Karen Grassley's new book? Yes, and I don't know why I didn't add that one in. That would have been really good. Maybe we'll do that one for our Christmas bundle or something. Yeah. Anyway, what else was I going to say? I can't really think now. Giveaway. Halloween. Okay. Oh, you guys, if you know anyone that would like to win this book bundle, send them the link and you can give them a heads up on this. So I do have a chapter for you today, and this chapter is like kind of near and dear to my heart, just because it's something that I have dealt with my whole life. And yeah, so it's called No More Striving, and it's chapter 54, and it's from season 1, episode 24, Founders Day. Like one of the greatest episodes ever, Founders Day, right? My kids love this episode. Anyway, the quote is from Mrs. Tyler. She's the wife of the woodcutter guy that's trying to beat Charles. And she says, every day he feels he has to prove himself, and every day it gets just a little bit harder. Here we go. Constantly proving ourselves is an endless battle. The more we demonstrate our ability to succeed, the higher the expectation becomes. Every day of comparing ourselves with others brings more pressure to perform. It's never enough, we feel. The battle will never be won. I can relate to Mrs. Tyler's statement about her husband trying to out-chop wood with Charles. I spent most of my time trying to outdo my sister. Being a twin, I shared an identical profile with my best friend and biggest competition. At a very early age, I felt the pressure to succeed at something, anything. I was a good student and a good athlete, but my sister gave the valedictorian speech and received the MVP plaques. I compared myself to her in every way. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Trying to prove yourself is exhausting, and every day it gets harder and more discouraging. After I had brain surgery, God told me no more. He had said it before, but I was finally ready to listen. The words rang loud and clear from deep within my heart. They continued to echo every day as a reminder. No more comparing, no more striving or proving, no more saying you aren't good enough, and no more negative talk. You are my precious child, my masterpiece. I made you just the way I planned for the exact purpose that is to come. Trust me. Instead of comparing and striving and proving we matter, we can use every gift he's given us, revealing that God is the only one who matters. He has orchestrated our lives to accomplish more than we could ever imagine. Mr. Tyler doesn't have to prove himself any longer, and neither do I. God's love has been proven deeper and stronger than all my insecurities. And the verse is from Ephesians 3:20, and it says, "Glory be to God, who by his mighty power at work within us is able to do far more than we could ever dare to ask or even dream of, infinitely beyond our highest prayers, desires, thoughts, or hopes." Yeah. So I don't know if any of you watching are a twin. I was walking with a friend who was a twin the other day, and we were talking about how absolutely wonderful it is to be a twin, and how absolutely it's the hardest thing also. It's the best thing and not the worst thing, but just the hardest thing. Just to be able to be okay with who you are, even though there's someone that's just like you, but a little bit different than you. And there's so much pressure for twins. And even if you have like a older sister or older brother that you always get compared to, you understand that too. But yeah, I really dealt with that my whole life. And trying to to conquer that, and it wasn't until my surgeon cut a long line across my scalp and peeled my scalp back, and I woke up from surgery, and probably the first time in my life I believed that God had given me a unique story and something that could only be him. And maybe that's why, maybe that was the key. Yeah, it was like the first time I felt like I was free. And, it's crazy because after I woke up from brain surgery, I kind of made this like pact with God. And I said, okay, you've given me this story. And whether I feel like it's a big enough story or a good enough story, or whether I feel like it's epic enough, you've given me this story, and I'm like making a pact with you and saying, I'm going to share my stories, like even if they seem silly to me, because sometimes they do. And I'm like, okay, God, I know you want me to just keep telling stories because people, they relate to real stories. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing for the last, oh my gosh, it's almost been 6 years, trying to do, sometimes failing miserably. But yeah. And I don't know if any of you ever feel like you're maybe not good enough compared to someone else. And when I was in Wyoming a couple of weeks ago, my sister and I were laying out on her hammock, and we were like telling each other these songs that we had just heard, that were just like speaking to us. And so we were going back and forth. Oh, this one's so cool. And like sharing it and back and forth and back and forth. And anyway, Brenda shared this song with me, and it's so cool. I'm not going to play the song, but I'm just going to read you the lyrics, and it's really, really powerful. So, and this is called Belovedness by Sarah Kroger. So if you want to look it up, we'll listen to it on YouTube. She has a beautiful voice, but these are the words. You've owned your fears and all your self-loathing. You've owned the voices inside of your head. You've owned the shame and reproach of your failure. It's time to own your belovedness. You've owned your past and how it's defined you. You've owned everything everybody else says. It's time to hear what your Father has spoken. It's time to own your belovedness. He says, you're mine. I smiled when I made you. I find you beautiful in every way. My love for you is fierce and unending. I'll come to find you, whatever it takes, my beloved. You've owned the mess you see in the mirror. You've owned the lies that you're just not enough. You've been so blinded by all your comparing. It's time to own your belovedness. I don't know if that just like is totally me. Like all those verses. I'm like, okay, I've done that. So I wonder if you've done that for a lot of your life, seeing the ways that you don't measure up or fall short. And sometimes you maybe feel like you're trying to get others to think you're okay, but you're even trying to get God to think you're okay. And trying to like prove that you're good enough, prove that you're worthy enough to love. I've done that. I have done that. So Sarah Kroger says, it's time to own your belovedness. Do you believe that God loves you no matter what you do or don't do. Even if you have every achievement there is, you still can't earn his love, because his love is grace. It's a gift of grace. It means you don't do something to get it. You just get it. So, anyway, no more striving. If you've been striving and comparing and trying to go up the ladder to get whatever it is you think that you're trying to achieve, you don't need to. You're never going to be enough, but you don't have to be, because God is more than enough. And he says, just rest in me and you are good. So that's for all of you today who might be feeling how I felt almost my whole life. And I will say, it's wonderful to breathe the fresh air of not trying to be more than what I am. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. I hope that you have a great Halloween. I hope there's lots of children in cute little outfits dressing up and eating candy and all that. So hope you have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Love you guys. Bye.